Goddamn scabies motherfuckers. Goddamn. All right, so here we go.
Warning. The Loud Spot podcast uses adult humor and adult language in its broadcast. It may be unsuitable for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, we are idiots. Please don't take anything we say offensive or to heart.
Oh no! Oh boy! Ah, here it comes! The motherfucking Loud Spot!
Jordan is not here today. He has
Yep.
a concert, and Sam is not feeling well.
We fired him. Don't lie. We fired him.
Hold on a second. There we go. Okay.
Really? Just a little movement. That was it.
I just scooted over a little bit.
Yeah.
Dude, have you heard of that new STD? It's not even new. I guess it's just rare.
Yeah, it's rare.
Donovanosis.
Donovanovirus or something like that.
Donovanosis, which creates thick ulcer-like sores that damages the genital tissues, dude. Is my Wi-Fi going down? Am I?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. You can talk about having ulcers on your penis.
I've never heard of this STD before, and apparently it's super rare. But I guess it's going in Texas. Texas starting to get cases.
No. So I read it totally different. It's in third world countries like South Africa, all these kind of things. I think it's said
tropical countries.
Tropical or subtropical countries. Yes.
So you got to worry about it less while you're here in America.
But if you're living in Austin, Austin's pretty subtropical. I don't care what you say. It's pretty hot and humid.
It is. Well, it's down there near the Mexico border. I mean,
that's it. I'm telling
I don't know. I think there's all these new STDs that keep on popping up, or that are rare that come around. There's so I think how do new viruses get created?
I don't know. No one asked these viruses like, how did you get created? We decided. So
someone has to know.
Well, the biggest thing with this thing is like, all right, so it's ulcers on your penis or flesh in general in your genitalia area, but it feels like syphilis. Like syphilis does the same thing. So
I think they all kind of do the same thing. I think a lot of them do the same thing.
I think so. So guys, if you have sores on your pee-pee, that's not a good time. Go get a check.
Especially if it's pussing. That's so gross. That's so gross. You can also get a skin-to-skin contact, it says.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Well, it was deep in the article. You had to go deep. You had to read it all the way down.
Now, so if you have someone that has ulcers and you're just rubbing up against their genitalia, you have a whole bunch of other issues you should probably talk about other than, I'm just saying, like, I'm not rubbing up against anyone's genitalia, just skin to skin contact without sexual intercourse. Of course.
I don't even want to shake people's hands anymore.
No.
On a completely different side subject, you hear Kanye West change his name again?
Yeah, he did.
Fucking yay. What is wrong with these? What is wrong? First of all, want their original name, and then you just cut it short, go by Yay. Okay, that's cool. I get that. Now you're going by Yay or Yeezy.
So we know that by clinically, Kanye has a mental disorder. We should really identify that. Like, he's not right in the head at all.
Right.
To call himself so many different names. Well, Sebastian, you keep going by the same name. I keep going by the same name. Yeah. But these artists like to go by different names so they can get some little bit of press. Everyone talk about them. And then he shows up at P. Diddy's fucking case. Did you see that on top of that?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, he showed up like yesterday, I think it was.
For what was
he showed up?
Was he summoned?
I don't know if he was summoned or if he just wanted to go show support or whatever. Don't support him. That's what I would say. Don't go support him. But
I don't think that.
Yeah. So,
I can't imagine anyone. I'm surprised anyone supporting him. To be honest with you.
What, Diddy or Kanye?
Diddy. Well, Kanye's fine. He's just weird. But people supporting Diddy just surprises me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I wouldn't show up. I wouldn't even be around the block, those kind of things. And with it being in LA with all the protests and stuff like that, nah, I'm good. I'm good, bro.
Dude, let's play that video I put up here called Freak Off Diddy video.
Here we go.
It's a rare condition this day and age to demand a freak off with so much rage. But strangest addiction that you'll ever find. Some people say that he's losing his mind. Well, then there must be some magic juice inside the 20 jar. 'Cause all I see is a chocolate thing. Man, milk busting over everything. Days gone by. It's the biggest break of a tangerine.
Bro.
I don't know who made that video, but
it was I forget his name, and we didn't give you credit for that. It was the guy that like does like songs, and he like puts weird stuff to songs.
Okay. Have you seen that before?
Yeah, I literally just saw it a couple hours before you actually just downloaded it, and I was like, oh, I should send this. And I was like, nah. We already have our itinerary, so
I swear, like, I don't know, not okay. 10 would be exaggerating, but like more than 5 people sent me that video.
Oh, really?
You ever get videos that people just one person?
Yes, I've been getting a lot of the AI Sasquatch and the Abominable Snowman guy, and they're hilarious. They're like, we found this human in the park, and we're just gonna have him. And then they cut to like them frying them up, and like, well, he blinked twice. That means consent. So,
oh yeah, I did see that. I did see that. Dude, do you have friends on Facebook that all they do is send you video after video?
Yes.
I got a guy. That's why I grew up in California with, and I called him. I told him to quit sending me videos.
Don't.
He stopped for like a few days, and dude, he'll send like 6-7 videos a day.
You never know
where I've seen most of them. I quit unless if you send it to me, I'll watch it because it's like not
that's
like
a lie.
No,
that's a lie.
No. Okay, hold on. If you send it to the Loud Spot podcast, I'm gonna watch it anyway. It's on the podcast. But if you were to send me just a video of something like just not to the group chat, but just to my messenger, I would watch it because if I'm thinking, okay, Sam doesn't send video, so if he's sending a video. It's normally if you do send a video, it's like a video that's not like an unreleased video you're showing me to critique, right? Like that. That's what you're sending to me. You're not sending me reels. But I fucking hate it, dude. I don't want to get 20 reels in my inbox from 20 different people that I don't fucking care. I'll see. I don't send reels to people. I don't go. I mean, I'll send every now and again. I'll send if it's really funny, but I'm not gonna send you like 5 fucking videos because I'm sitting there. Oh, I just watched this. Sam needs to see this now too because it's so funny. Stupid.
No, I'm okay with it because I realize that. Well, no, I don't, because I could get annoyed. Have I been annoyed? Yes, but I just don't. I realize if it's important to you, I'm gonna watch it too. So.
But that's me. But just someone
you're an asshole. That's why. That's why. That's why.
Yeah, I guess I'm just a jerk, dude.
Yep.
I'm just a jerk, and I get annoyed so easily, man. Sometimes.
So I see the Thunder is in the finals. They're up one game to 2.
They're down.
I said up. I tried to make it positive. That's right. So
bling.
That's it. Now, if you ever watch Sebastian on his other stuff that he's doing, and he's wearing that stupid memorabilia stuff.
First of all, it's not stupid. Okay.
It is.
First of all, it's not stupid. And then you popped in the other day. What'd you think? Oh, and then
I thought it was good. You need to interact a little bit more with like, all right, I saw where everyone else. All right, everybody, because you only have like 10 seconds to sell those.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's like so
30, but you want to go quick, keep it fast paced.
Yeah. So you need to interact with the most of the group. Everybody, blah 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 blah. Okay, chat.
Dude, I was on Whatnot last night, and I was drinking. Dude, never get drunk and go on Whatnot, dude.
I realized, dude, Whatnot is bad for my budget.
Dude, no,
100%.
Well, it's good for your budget if you just buy something cheap.
No,
but if you buy like several things because they're all cheap, then you're overspending money, and then you're like, fuck. But
Whatnot is actually pretty cool. I like it. Thank you for introducing me to that because I was like, dude, I can get shoes left and right for like 34 to $60.
Yeah,
So,
if you find new sellers that don't have a lot of audience people,
yeah,
sometimes you get it for
sir.
$1. Dude, I see people get on there and get pissed because they let shoes go for like $1, $3, and it's like, well, don't start your bid at $3 then. You
Yeah,
know, if you only have like
exactly.
10 people watching, if you have like 10 people watching and you sell for $3, expect to sell it for $3. Expect
Yep.
that no
So
one's going to bid that
I'm
up.
waiting for a couple weeks, and then you're gonna have the shoes I'm looking for, black on black, leather uppers, those kind of things, size 10, 10 and a half.
I do
And
got to give a shout out to these people that I got some shoes from last night. They are, and I like them. They're called Skybox Soles, or one word, Skybox.
I followed them last night.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was watching them last.
Yeah.
You didn't see
Yeah.
me. This is the loud spot. I was bidding on stuff.
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was bidding on stuff. Anyways, those are pretty cool young kids, and I bought some overpaid, but you know what? They're hustling. I like their attitude. They seem
Is it really overpaid? Because if you go to the store, it's like way more than that.
no, I overpaid.
Okay,
But I did it on dude, they tried so hard to find my size, finally found it. And then I told him, I was like, I'll pay for it. And I did. I think I was outbidding myself on accident. Yeah. Cause he was like, stop. He told me to stop. And I was like, bid. So, but it was fun. It's actually it's kind of fun to drink and watch whatnot.
Yeah.
The problem is you start spending the
Yes.
money.
Yeah.
That's the issue. But shout
All
out
right.
to
So
those
if you guys decide to drink and watch whatnot, put about $200-300 in your bank account, because you're gonna spend about that much money. So
yeah, but they're good deals. They are good deals.
yeah, they're
I
really good deals.
I want to go on there, buy stuff, and then you can resell it like on eBay. Like if you find cheap stuff, you can actually sell it for like on Poshmark or eBay. You can make a little side hustle doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I mean, I'm not gonna do that because I'm broke. So
well, you can make. Yeah, I know. I get it. All right,
Yeah.
let's play. I should have played the song. I should have played a different song than this one. That would have went perfect with what we're just talking about. But we have Dinosaur Pile Up with their song. It's a new song called Big Dogs.
Once I knew a valet out in Beverly Hills. He used to steal all the nice cars just to pay his bills. He said, I'm gonna buy a Porsche before I die. He said, I wanna be a big dog. So I asked why. He said, I pulled into a restaurant on the side of the road. I sat down at the table by the window. I asked a nice waitress for a piece of the pie. She said you don't have to pay for that. And so I asked why. She said,
what I realized? That ending goes on way too long.
It does. It's pretty long. I'm not gonna lie. I
I'm
was
like,
like,
dude,
you
I'm like,
could've,
I think they
like,
just ran out of stuff to say, so they just kept on saying that.
yeah. So Sebastian's like, oh, I discovered this new band, Dinosaur Pileup. I love them, and it's like, yeah, we all admit that it's like Bloodhound Gang
Yeah.
meets any kind of punk band, old school punk
It's
band.
like Bloodhound Gang mixed with a little bit of what's those fucking
Punk, just a punk
Beastie
band.
Boys, kind of a little bit. I know they're not new, but I never heard, I think I've heard the name before, but I've never really listened to their songs. So I went down a rabbit hole with them, and they have a bunch of really good
Jesus.
songs.
I hate that when you spend almost your whole night just going down rabbit hole of catalog on an artist, you're like, oh, I like this artist. I actually
Yeah.
like this artist. Why didn't I discover him a long time ago? And you realize
I don't know why they don't play bands like that on the radio. I think they even have a song called "Not Playing" where they say they don't get played on the radio.
Well, I think it's money. It revolves around money. It revolves around you paying the radio stations, the campaigns, the radio campaigns money, and I think a lot of them, even I'm guilty of it too. You gatekeep, so you're like, I don't think so. I don't think this is allowed on here yet. So
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like discovering bands that don't sound the same like all these other bands. I mean, they just do. I know I talk about it all the time, but
Well,
a lot of these bands sound the same, and Dinosaur Pileup does not sound like that.
well, it sounds like a little bit of Oscar and Birdman mixed with all the other stuff.
You know,
So
they kind of got a little bit of Offspring in there too.
Yep.
You got a little bit of
So
Offspring in there.
Yep. So did you guys take a look at Jared Leto is
Leto.
now being Leto.
Leto.
That's it.
He's like Jared Leto.
Tiffany, chastised me on this whole thing, and she's like, "It's Leto," and I was like, "It's Lieto, right?" I was like,
No.
"It's Italian." Huh?
It's Italiano, it's Leto.
Yeah. And so, anyways, he's been accused of sexual misconduct with the underage girls, and I was like, "Yeah, that seems about legit."
I'm not surprised, dude. I'm not fucking surprised anymore. This happens all the time in the industry.
Yeah.
Apparently, P. Diddy's leading the way in it, you know. But
Right.
this is just so I wrote down some of the things he did. Now, there 9 women have come out to with these allegations, okay? And some of them are saying at the time this happened, they were underage. They're not underage anymore, but at the time this happened, they were underage. One was he was just asking sexual questions to a 16-year-old. Inappropriate. I don't know if that's illegal. That's inappropriate. I don't know if you're going to jail for that.
Inappropriate. Yeah.
It's inappropriate. I think then one he got naked in front of a 17-year-old. That's illegal. I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Yeah.
And then this one's not illegal. She was 18, so I don't know why they included it. But he was masturbating in front of an 18-year-old and then put her hand on him. So I'm assuming he grabbed her hand to like jerk him off.
Now we all can say that Jared is very young looking for his age. He's in his 50s
He's like
now.
54, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. He's older than I am. But it's like, dude, like you could get any girl out there in the world. Why
it's weird.
With your fans?
It's weird. It's weird. And of course he denies all the allegations of like he's like, yeah, of course I did that. You know what's I was listening to the news the other day in Oklahoma, and I was surprised at this. They said they're raising the age of consent to 18. I'm like, what was it? So apparently in Oklahoma, consent is 16.
Yeah.
That boggle. I just thought across the board everywhere was 18. So if you're a 60-year-old man and you fuck a 16-year-old girl, right?
Right.
Then that's in Oklahoma, you're fine. You're not getting in trouble for that.
Yeah. But if you're 21 and fuck a 16-year-old at that time last year, you were still fine.
Yeah, that's. But I don't. There's a bill that's going to change. I don't know who would. You know what they're going to do? They muddy up bills is what they fucking do.
Right.
They're going to say, okay, well, we're going to raise the age of consent to 18, but also you can smoke cigarettes if you're 10. You know, they'll make some other stupid law that nobody wants to put with the bill that everybody wants instead of just separating. That's a way to get laws passed. It's stupid.
And then they'll be like, hey, X amount of dollars goes to this Federal Reserve that for this park. That's another one that they'll group everything together in a weird way that people might say no to it. So my biggest thing with this whole take back of age in general, we all know that like age is different. Like you and I met like 16-year-olds when we were 20 that were like, are you sure you're 16? You act a lot older.
Right.
However, though, we understood that you're 16, we're not going to fuck around with you. End of story. I also met 40-year-olds that act like 20-year-olds when I was 20. And then, yeah, Sebastian's one of them. But we realized that age is a number and maturity is a different thing. However, though, sometimes you 16 to 18, you got to let them grow up.
It was
End of
weird.
story.
It was weird when I was probably like 21-ish, maybe 22. I was young, still living in
Right.
California, and there was a group of friends that we used to all kind of hang out with. And there was this girl that was in the group. I didn't really know her that well, but she was kind of always hanging out. And she was dating a guy that was in his 40s. And he was hanging out with us. We were
Right.
all in our 20s. He was in his 40s, and he just got his lip pierced. He got tattoos.
Right.
He was in the military. So I don't know. He must have taken it out. I don't know how
Great.
that all worked.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
But I just always thought it was weird that, I mean, he was cool. He hung out with us like a normal dude. But I just thought it was weird that he was in his 40s hanging out with a bunch of early 20-year-olds. I was like, is he just trying to stay young? And he's dating, of course, the girl who's in her 20s. I can't imagine. Could you imagine? I would get so
I did.
annoyed.
I'm guilty of it. So I'm guilty of it. I tried to date when I was in my late 30s. I tried to date someone who's like 23, 24.
What?
And it just didn't work. I just didn't. At first the sex was great, right? Sex was great. I loved it. However, I realized we have nothing in common at all.
Zero.
We have, but she was able to go to 21 and up places.
Right.
So it made it a lot better. But I realized I don't want someone that's that far away from my age.
How old's Tiffany?
34. And I'm
Okay.
46. So we're about 10 years apart.
12.
Stop. We're 10 years apart.
12 years apart. See, so my rule is I don't even think I could ever, like, if I was dating, I don't think I could be anyone under 35, probably. Because it's just but Tiffany is a lot more mature.
Yeah,
But
she is.
She's in her 30s.
She's old. She's old in her brain. Yeah, she's like one a fucking walker away from just walking around. So that's kind of thing. But I realized, it's one of those things. I realized that, and I realized that age is a number, and then maturity is a different one. And depending on what you have, how many Bezos? He's like dating a 22-year-old, 23-year-old.
Yeah, that's because he's super rich and she's probably just like a hot piece of ass. But
Right.
they have nothing in common. Like,
yeah, but then there's the old football coach from the Patriots. What's his name? I can't think of his name.
The Patriot. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, that's his name.
Whatever.
But he's dating a 21-year-old, and she's actually fucking up his career, in my opinion. However, though, at the end of the day, it's like, do what you want to do. As long as they're over at the age of 18, I'm okay.
It's just if a lot of these old rich guys will date these younger, like, model girls, right? But they don't. There's no love there. It's just doing it. You got to be, there's probably fucking other people on the side. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, it's just fucking. Maybe the girls aren't because they need the support of this guy, but the dude definitely going, getting hand jobs or whatever. Yeah,
Right.
it's so weird to me, and it's almost every celebrity. You look at celebrities in general. I will give it up to Travis Barker and the Kardashians. Taylor Swift. Travis Barker's not dating Taylor Swift.
Oh no, Courtney. Yeah,
Kardashian.
Yeah, I was like Travis. I heard Travis, and then I was
Travis Kelce. Yeah. They're so dude, the media tries to break them up so fucking bad, dude.
Yeah, they did.
So fucking bad. They did break up with Donald Trump and Elon, though. They did.
Yeah, that was a bad breakup, apparently.
Yeah. Elon put on Twitter, I guess, or X, whatever the fuck it's called.
All right, so here's my thought about that.
The Epstein thing.
He's trying to distance himself so he can get his Tesla, all his corporations back in good. Yeah, exactly. I think he's trying to do that. I think it's all a ploy. And
I think Donald Trump's gonna deport him.
Back to South Africa for you.
Wouldn't that be funny and then tomorrow. So today, right now, is actually Friday the 13th. Okay, today's Friday the 13th.
Yep.
But tomorrow is national protest day or something like
Yeah,
that.
we have a bunch of here in Las Vegas. Thank you, fuckers. But
I don't think it's gonna get bad in Oklahoma, but in California, dude. Did you hear about the guy?
Back here.
Did you hear about the guy that's going around? So all these people are protesting, right? And there's a guy putting Trump stickers on the protesters' cars, and then the other protesters are vandalizing the vehicles, but they're also anti-Trumpers. That's that's hilarious. Dude.
It is. So here in Las Vegas, we had Wednesday night. We had a anti-ICE protest, which was going great, but they started to eventually plug up the roadways. Yeah, and so the Las Vegas Police Department gave them a order to disperse or get back on the sidewalks, that kind of thing. They didn't do it, and eventually it turned into
violent.
Not violent, but there was a couple spray paint. There was a couple, people getting crazy. Definitely a couple arrests, those kind of things like that. We watched it from the balcony, from the terrace. I started recording, but Saturday night it's going to be our worst night.
Record it.
Yeah, I am going to record it.
Okay.
It's like, guys, listen, here's the deal. I'm all for protesting. You have a right to protest, but be peaceful. Once you get out of hand, the law enforcement that's in the area has a right to stop it. We don't want to tear apart our cities in the name of your protest. I'm sorry. It's just, that's the way it is.
What's going to happen? See, what happens is you get all these protesters together, peaceful protests. You get one or two that step out of line, right? Well, that creates other people to start stepping out of line, and before you know it, there's fucking violence going on.
That's why the same thing with BLM and all the other protests start to happen. Start fucking busting heads. If your protesters start getting out of hand, if we have like a loud spot protest, I don't know what we would protest about,
dude. We'll start a protest. We'll just save the wolves in Alaska.
Save the wolves in Alaska. Protest. So if someone gets out of hand, we're fucking them up because you're fucking up our protests.
Yeah.
So end of story. We're here to protest. We're here to do it. But my biggest thing with all this protest, write your congressmen and congressmen women and tell them that you're against this. It does way better than you standing out on the streets. I swear to God.
The protests don't do anything. Do the protests? What's it gonna do? What's it gonna solve? What they're protesting? They're protesting Donald Trump, right? They're protesting Donald Trump. Okay.
Donald Trump.
What's the point? I don't see what all of a sudden he's okay. I guess I won't be president anymore. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So again, contact your congressman or congresswoman in your state and tell them your disappointment with the whole ICE raid.
It doesn't matter. Oh, that's right. It's the ICE raid. That's what they're protesting, the ICE raid. But here's the thing, man. And people are going to argue with, and I hate to get political on here, but they are here illegally. They are illegal. They are here illegally.
Laws, man.
But the problem is, I think the problem is people are getting deported that have green cards and that have become citizens, and or are citizens accidentally getting deported,
or they're getting deported with family and kids, and they're mad about that. Like, you leave this kid without a father or a mother. So
I do understand that, especially if you've been here like 15 years, you've established your life here at that point. So I see both sides. I see both sides. Yeah. So I'm not going to say like, well, you're illegal, so you broke the law. No, because there's more to that than more to life than that. You've already created a life here now.
And I grew up in an illegal immigrant household, so I will tell you that a lot of those
they're going to deport you.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm good. So I was born here legally. So.
No, I don't care. I'm going to tell them to deport your ass anyways.
That's fine. That's fine. All right. Let's take a look at our next video that I suggested because we don't have Jordan this week. The song is called, it's from All American Rejects, and the song is called no, that's not it. Easy Come, Easy Go. Here we go.
I cut you out. Don't be so typical. Put in my tap shoes on like eggshells when I dance around you. So work it out. Why be so difficult? I'm pouring salt around the cemetery, licking my wound like it's too late. above. Can't believe my eyes and look into the skies and wonder why. Why'd you have to go? Why'd you leave me slow? Why'd you bleed me out to dry myself? Why do I look into the mirror and still see you? Why do my face seem to turn black and blue? The bruises of our love thrown away like a dove in the air. And all I have is all I am.
You only love me when I'm out of control.
Easy go! Easy go! You only love me when I'm out on the road. Easy go! Easy go!
All right, Juggalo is here watching with us. Apparently, his daughter's mom got to be their waitress. Right, that was All
Yep.
American Rejects, right?
That was
Yeah,
all
for-
my friend.
So, anyways, cool. And the reason why we started early this show is because I am watching
Sebastian.
the NBA Finals start, and I didn't want to miss a second of it. So I'm really hoping the
They can
OK
lose.
boom, 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 thunder up, thunder up. I hope they don't lose, man. They might.
They will. They will.
How do you
They will.
don't you don't know. You don't know.
They will.
You don't know.
God,
You don't
no.
know. You don't know. You don't.
I don't. I'm not even paying attention to NBA at all this year, so
But thanks
I
for coming
can't
on.
touch
And,
it.
thanks for coming on and watching the show. Even though it's just two of us and we started early, but we appreciate it. Do you want to go into let's go into the R. Kelly thing because I do want to talk about that a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. So R. Kelly apparently is in solitary confinement because he's scared that there's prison officials out to kill him. Okay. So what he's doing now is, well, first he was asking for house arrest. He wants to get out of jail. And I
Right.
understand the reason why. Would they just transfer him to another prison? Wouldn't that be more
No.
ideal? No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So but his lawyer is seeking a pardon from Donald Trump. And here's what the lawyer said. Here's what his attorney says. The president understands what it's like to be victimized by the Biden and Obama era prosecution teams on destroying public figures. R. Kelly is now living with the consequences of the same kind of shameful and criminal prosecutorial tactics. No, he's not. Motherfucker was
No,
peeing
you
on
peed
kids.
on girls. Yeah,
Yeah,
you peed on girls.
I don't get how he's wanting a party. He thinks are they delusional, dude?
Yeah, pretty much. Well,
I
I
mean,
mean,
Donald Trump's not going to pardon a fucking
No,
R.
he's-
Kelly.
he's not. That's like pardoning P. Diddy right now at this moment. It's the same fucking thing. It's like you fucking made this bed and I'm lying in it. You're mad because people want to take you out inside the prison system. You transfer to another prison, you're still going to have the same problems. Eventually, they're going to get word. You might have a lot longer sentence as far as before someone's stepping in and going, "Oh, that's R. Kelly. Okay, I'll fuck him up." So, the yard information, we'll put it that way, is a lot faster than you think. And when they find out, they have a lot of bias to it, and they are not happy about it.
I
So,
wonder now, wouldn't if this is true and he's obviously alive, so something must have happened
Right.
though that he heard something. Who knows? Wouldn't there be an investigation within if it's that big of a deal? Like if he's made it public now, there has to be someone has to be looking into it because if he ends up dead, there's
right.
gonna be a lot of people that are like, hey,
So I
We
think
heard-
what's going to happen is going to get into Segret. He's going to be individual.
bless you.
Excuse me. Yeah, he's going to be individual, and he's going to be let out. He's going to stay in there 23 hours out of the day, and then we'll get out of there for a shower or rec and individual wise. So that's for him, his safety, because someone wants to kill him if he goes to GP yard. So general
wa-
population. line.
I wonder. First, that sucks for him. I mean, it doesn't matter. He's in jail for what he did, anyways. But I mean,
Right.
that would suck to be in solitary confinement for like 23 hours, only to be let out.
It happens all the time.
And then to know that people are out to get you on top of that, it's like, but some of these plans just got ruined. Somebody was probably going to get paid, and now they're
Yep.
not. Now they're not going to
Yep.
get paid. The smartest thing R. Kelly could have done in this situation is make this public from his prison. He called his attorney, fucking put this out there. That's
Right.
now that everyone knows about it. People are whoever's behind it's going to back off a little bit.
Potentially. If not, they're gonna wait for the everything to die down, and then they'll stab him.
Well, the cop that was going to do it, that was probably going to make however much money he was going to make from doing this deal, whoever, if it was one or a team.
Why is it a cop? You said a cop.
He said it's from within. Prison officials Or off
Yeah,
together?
no. Prison officials doesn't necessarily mean that. I'm pretty sure it's from inmates. You like,
Well, a prison official is not an inmate.
yeah, I know, but I will promise you that prison officials want nothing to do with this kind of thing.
The whole
They're
thing.
not trying to.
The whole thing is prison officials are out for him. That's what he's saying.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
That's not. That's what he's saying. Sam.
Yeah, I know. I don't think that's true.
Okay, I'm
so.
gonna look it up real quick.
I know. That's fine. So I will tell you that prison inmates, they put bounties on everyone's heads in there, depending on how bad you.
Okay, here we
up.
go. Hold on. R.Kelly seeking presidential pardon from Donald Trump, put in solitary confinement after death threats. Oh, hold on. It just said it right here. Okay, emergency motion alleging officials plotted to kill him. Plotted to kill him. Prison officials plotted to kill him.
All right, so I don't believe that. I'm
That's
sorry,
what it fucking says.
I know.
You don't believe it. You
No.
believe me that I'm reading that. You don't believe that's the real story.
That's it.
Okay, I was like, I'm reading it, Sam. I don't know. Okay, you don't.
R.Kelly, I'm sorry. You are getting you got a bounty on your head from other inmates. Now maybe prison officials let it go.
Okay.
Who you are and what you done, those kind of things. But prison officials could care less. They go home at the end of the day. They're not trying to kill you.
Unless they're offered a bunch of money.
No, they're not. They're not. It's going to be tracked. Trust me.
Have you not seen that show? Fuck. Smile killer. The fucking. God damn it! It's a serial killer who. It's a doc. It's a show on. It's based off a true story. But the prison guards were trying to. They got the other inmates to try to get him.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't watched it.
Mr. Smiley or some shit. I forgot the fucking name, dude.
All right, well, let's take a look at the some new music with two guys. Did you want to do Bum Bums?
Yeah, no, let's yeah. So they're called the Bum Bums.
Right.
That's the name of this group. Okay, play Croon Walk first.
Well, we have Plug Walk and we have
it's Croon Walk. I misspelled the name.
Okay.
Plug Walk. I don't even understand how the fuck my plug talk. Pick him up in a space coupe. I don't let my plug walk. Skirt, pull up in a space. New freak had to cut my other little bitch off. 50K, you could come and book a cracker for a plug walk. Big ol' Bentley, it's a spaceship. Call me on my phone, I don't say shit. I make money when I talk. I'm a boss, take a loss.
Anyway, so those guys are called the Bum Bums. They're blowing up over the internet. I don't see them. I don't see them having a Facebook page, but I see everyone posting, and no one really knows. I had to go down a rabbit hole with these guys.
I did too, because I did Croon's Walk. I knew nothing about it.
Okay, did you hear their other song?
What? I'm so high, man. I can't even feel shit. I told my boy go roll like 10 blunts for me. I told my boy go roll like 10 blunts for me. I'm trying to get high until I can't feel nothing. I'm trying to get high until I can't feel nothing. I could fall out the sky and I still won't feel nothing. I could fall out the sky and I still won't feel nothing. I'm way too high. I'm way too high.
What was in that cigarette, Johnny?
I'm way too high. I'm way too high. I'm way too high. Wake up. It's the first of the month. I brush my teeth and count up.
I would take it off there. Okay.
Yeah.
I find those guys entertaining. So I went and looked. I went and I saw a comment called the Bum Bums. So and it was right. It's called the Bum Bums. But all their other songs, this is a new thing that they're doing. And I was surprised they had 250,000 plus listeners on Spotify. I'm not surprised because they went viral recently with that Croon's Walk thing.
Right.
But their other songs sound like 50s songs. Like this one's My Girlfriend's in Iraq is one of them, and he complains that he's not doing the dishes till she gets back. You know, he's not cleaning up the house, but he's also flirting with other girls while she's in the trenches of Iraq. And then they have another song called Mr. Rogers, a drug dealer. And about selling Percocets to Mr. Rogers and his mom. So, but they have like a 50s. Normally, their other stuff that I've heard is like 50s themed, like old record. Horrible
Right.
recording because their voices
Right.
are real loud and it's real like it's shit. But I find it entertaining, and I think that
It is.
the guy
It
looks like they're kind of like the new white version of the what are those guys, those twins, face tattoos everywhere,
the Island Boys.
yeah, they're kind of like a clean cut version of the Island Boys.
Hmm.
And they wear the the fedoras and the suits, and they
Right.
look interesting. And what's cool about it, the videos are going viral, and they're just standing in front of a CVS. Like that's it. But they're entertaining. I think it's that one guy has a weird face.
Yeah, they both have weird faces, but they're crackers all around. So yeah.
Yeah, they have a song called Crackers, and they talk about what it's like being a white dude. About backing up here. It's pretty funny. So, anyways, if you're interested in the Bums, go check them out. I think they're good. I'm not gonna jam it because they're sounds weird, but
not for me.
It's a gag, kind of a gaggy, kind of like a gag gift, but it's like a song that's just show it to a friend, but you don't really listen to it,
right?
Kind of thing. Anyways, okay,
yeah,
that's all.
All right, let's talk about the Kid Rock and his new restaurant and how nobody likes it.
Okay, so the reviews are first of all, it's in Nashville. It's called the Detroit Cowboy, okay, in Nashville, Tennessee. But the reviews are like trash food with trash ownership. Okay, so that means you just don't like Kid Rock because he likes Donald Trump,
right?
And so you gotta assume like that McDonald's, that Donald Trump was like all these like negative reviews because Donald Trump was there. So, and then someone said the taco smelt weird. But now he opened it up with a restaurateur or whatever, this guy who I forgot his name, a restaurateur who opens up. So I bet the food is pretty good, but just because you are Kid Rock, you have all these people that are just going to give you negative reviews because you're American and stand with the president or whatever. It's just bullshit. Like, go fucking like if you don't like if you don't like Kid Rock, you're not going to go to the restaurant anyways. And the restaurant apparently is very MAGA friendly, according to Kid Rock. So.
I will happily go to a Kamala Harris and an AOC restaurant if
I would
the
too.
food is good.
Fuck yeah, dude, no problem.
Food. Yeah,
I'm not an AOC fan, but I'll tell you what, if she had a badass restaurant, I'm gonna go eat there. I don't give a shit. I could see her serving like, I don't know, like
titties and beer,
fried chicken, like fried chicken and mashed potatoes.
She used to be a server. Remember, she was a server. Yeah, she was a bartender server. So it's one of those things, guys. Grow up. Don't judge. Don't sit. We've seen this all the time, giving Yelp reviews because you just decide that you don't like the people that they're establishing with.
Yeah.
Try that place first and then give an honest Yelp review. That's what they're supposed to be, honest.
Yeah, and no one's listening to us. Anyone who gave a bad review on Kid Rock's restaurant without going there is not listening to our show anyways.
No.
But shame on you for doing that. In fact, I hope that AOC does open up a restaurant. What's her name? Cortez something. Whatever.
Velasco Cortez. Yeah, I forgot her name
too. She opens up a restaurant. In fact, Sam, I'll take you there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, let's take a look at our next song that we have. The song is called, it's from Story Unfold, and the song's called Black Sheep right here on the Loud Spot.
Pausing it real quick because the show was called Happy Face Killer, Sam. That's it. I'm not playing the song back.
What now? Am I so bad you need to kill me with words? The laughter's gotten so loud. One day I know you'll get the karma you deserve. I wanna break away from these goddamn chains. It's me, I'm the black sheep. That's alright with me. I don't need to apologize and change myself for you. Loner, I've always felt like no one really got me. It's even worse now that I'm sober. It's like I'm doing the best I can not to fit in. I don't wanna make friends, I'll play pretend. I'm living I changed myself for you. Hey, it's me, I'm the black sheep. That's alright with me. I don't need to apologize. I changed myself for you. For you. Hey, it's me, I'm the black sheep. That's who I wanna be. I'll cross my heart and hope to die and promise I'll never be like you. Like you.
Yeah, I like that song.
Yeah, it's called Black Sheep, sir.
There's only 2 guys in that band.
No, there's more than that.
They only show the
There's
the
3.
drummer. No, well, they didn't show
Well,
him.
there's 3. Well, but you said there's it was called what? What did you call it?
I didn't call it anything.
You said something. I said this is the story untold. It's called Black Sheep, and you said you stopped it because I was
Oh.
getting ready to walk up, go
I
get
don't know.
another beer.
I don't know what I
And
was
you
saying.
called it. No, you called it something else, bitch.
I didn't call
we-
it anything.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't say
did.
anything. No, I didn't. I said nothing.
All right.
I
anyway.
said, well, they're called Story Untold. I don't know.
Yeah, the story untold.
Anyways,
and
there's only 2 guys. They only show the drummer and the singer with the guitar. They don't show another. They don't show a bass player.
there's more. There's more in that band, but it's one of those things. I think it's one of those where they're like fill-ins and those kind of things.
Yeah, so they're the
not.
main 2 guys. Everyone else
Yeah.
just tours with them and fills in for shows.
Yeah.
Like that.
So
Anyways,
that was a song from Tiffany, so we'll give her props for that.
I like it.
one.
That's good.
Yeah.
I never even heard that band before, so I like it. All right.
Really?
No, never heard of them.
Hmm.
So they're very interesting. How? Okay. Dude, a fucking you can't help who you're born into, right? Like you can't help who you're born into. And this poor 6-year-old boy, his mom kills him accidentally. She thinks his body is possessed by a demon and performs an exorcism. Of course, this is in Florida, okay?
Right,
Because God told her that to perform this exorcism on her son. What in the fuck, dude? If you think you're hearing God, the first thing you should do is go see a counselor or a therapist right away.
Last time I heard God to kill Sebastian, I had to question everything and then said, "No, this is not happening. I'm losing my mind." So that was that at campground when we were drinking. So.
Thanks, Sam, for not performing an exorcism. not killing me, performing an exorcism on me.
I agree with you. I think you're losing your mind if you're hearing God and you said to kill your own child. Like, look, we have some fucked up kids. We get it. We get it.
All right, later, bro.
All right. Thanks, Juggalo 6291. But we have you. It's your kid. I don't even know what more to say. Like, they're fucked up too, but it's your fault. So,
but to have a crazy mom like that, I mean, I guess you're probably used to it because you're a kid. But 6 years old, dude, that's fucking just bullshit. It's sad, and some people just should never be parents.
Nope.
You know, and to think that your kid's possessed, I don't know. When he died, she thought that he was going to come back to life because she thought she got cast the demons out. Wouldn't you, if you're enough? So she didn't know he was dead at first. So
right.
Eventually, she found out he was dead.
When he stops breathing, ma'am, that's when he's dead. I'm sorry.
But wouldn't you, if you're going to perform an exorcism, wouldn't you call a priest?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be your first? Like, why are you doing it yourself? I guess if God's telling you to do it yourself. But if I thought that, I'd be like, nah, man, I got to go get a priest because I'm not equipped to handle. I'm not trained in this, you know?
I think a lot of the voodoo people do them themselves, but I'm not sure if that's true.
She might have been a voodoo person. Do you think that so exorcism have happened in the past, right? It's a thing that priests have done. Do you believe that whoever they're doing that to is really possessed by a demon and acting all weird like do you think that's the truth? Do you think it's
I think it's autism, as well as probably bad parenting. As probably
what if
the whole
the lights flicker and fucking
that might be demon.
Floating and shit?
Yeah. That might be demon. I'm not gonna lie. That might be.
I remember when I was in elementary school, I had this girl. She was Filipino. I don't remember her name, but we were friends. I was like in 5th or 6th grade, and we
tried to touch your boo boo.
We what?
You tried to touch your boom boom.
No, I didn't.
That tried to be sick. You tried to touch your
I didn't want to get Donovanosis. So,
Yeah.
but we go to her house, her and her sister's house, or their mom's house. And I remember her mom wouldn't come downstairs. And I thought that was weird because you always want to meet, the parents always want to meet the friends that are over there.
Right.
And she said, because I walked her after school and she said that her mom wasn't coming down because she was possessed by a demon. And I was like, oh, so her mom stays upstairs because she's possessed. I don't ever know what happened to these people. The only thing I remember about them is they were Filipino and they like the Dallas Cowboys. Never met them. There was two sisters and they were heavy set. But I don't remember much more about them than that. But her mom, I remember things really weird. So I wasn't allowed back over there anymore because her mom was like, no one come over here till the demons get out of my body. And I'm thinking, I remember that I was a kid. Like, you're fucking weird, man. Like,
Sebastian, I would have went over there. You would have got fucked 9 ways this Sunday. I'm not gonna lie, probably.
Dude, I don't know. Here's what I'm thinking as a kid.
Right.
How does your mom cook you supper? If she's possessed by a demon, I guess they have to fend for themselves. And at 6th grade, you're what? I guess you're 11, 12.
11, 12. Yeah.
Yeah. She's a little bit younger than her. Anyways, it sounds the weirdest fucking thing. I don't know anyone else has ever said they were possessed or know anyone possessed by a demon. And if they were, I'd question unless I saw it myself. That is not an invitation for me to see a possession. Thank you very much. Just letting everyone know I do not want to get fucked with like that at all. When you start talking about shit, sometimes shit happens. You will shit into this universe. So let's quit talking about that because I don't want to talk about that anymore.
Yeah, but let's talk about the Ohio and the guy throwing boards out the back of his car.
Yeah, let's play.
White male with a gray shirt and black pants. Yep, he's trying to dump boards. Use caution, guys. He's trying to dump boards on you.
So what's going on here for those audio listeners is there's a high-speed chase going on. There's a man in the back of a truck, and there's 4 people. There's 3 people in the truck, 1 guy in the back of the truck, and looks like there's a bunch of like fencing or something, some sort of wood.
Yeah, like
from Lowe's
some kind of general contractor.
Yeah, and on this high-speed chase, the guy's in the back of the truck dumping wood on to try to deter the cops. Okay.
More boards. Use caution. Use caution.
Up there goes one board.
Careful, Brad.
Careful, Brad.
It's coming.
It's coming.
More boards. Watch out, guys.
Block off the northbound traffic for you.
He should be tossing him at the windows, not laying him in the fucking road.
Right.
That's stupid. Unless there's nails in him or something. They should chuck him out the windows. If you're gonna do that, just chuck him out the windows.
And then he's going the opposite direction of the
traffic on the highway, and they crash. I'm surprised they live, and they all get out and start running. Watch this.
Multi-car crash. The white male's out on foot. Just south of the 51. Start firing EMS. We're going to need at least 3 to 5 medics, probably.
You can tell they're fucking hurt too as they're running.
Yep.
You can tell they're hurt. They're like limping. I'm surprised they're fucking alive. To be honest with you. And the guy didn't go flying out the back.
We got multiple people running eastbound off the freeway. They're jumping down the on the on-ramp here off of Sandridge, it looks like.
Why does that look?
Got a black male with black and it looks like a white male with multiple tattoos.
All those guys were in trouble for local burglaries, I guess. So they all I think had warrants. There was like a crime thing they were doing. And so the cops come and they all happen to be together and they fucking run. 2 of them look like they were way hurting back there stumbling. And 2 of them look like they didn't get hurt so bad.
So guys, a lot of stuff has changed in our lives. Of course, Sebastian has moved. He has a new place, which we're trying to set up still. And then, of course, I'm a new VFW commander.
Yay.
Again. Yeah. I don't know about the yay part. So, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of philanthropy for volunteer status, those kind of things. But I moved here to Vegas and I want to help out our veterans here in the Las Vegas community. So I might not be as easy. You might not see me on these videos anymore, but I'll try when I can. Those kind of things like that.
You're not gonna be on video? What? For what? Because you got.
I might be busy. I might be busy, bitch. I might be busy.
God. Oh my
God. You and Jordan, but we'll see. We don't know. I always put aside Friday night for the podcast, but you never know if I'm out of state for national
or whatever
state.
Hey, no. You told me. Well, hold on a second. You know what you would say? Just bring your computer. That's your laptop, Sam. You don't got to bring all this.
Well,
shit
I was asking. So this past weekend we had a rerun, but a lot of stuff was going on. Sebastian was moving and those kind of things like that. Jordan was okay, but I was asking Sebastian, "Can you do it?" And he's like, "I think it's better if I don't." And I was gonna bring my computer and my laptop and my microphone. I don't know why I did this. That way that can be on in the computer, the hotel room, those kind of things. But we might have these things. But guys, we're people with lives at the end of the day. But if you want us to get bigger, spread us, share us, like us,
Spread
those
our
kind
legs
of
and fuck us.
Spread
our legs and fuck us in the ass.
That's
That's all the time we got on this episode. Peace out, rock on, and much love.
This is the Loud Spot outro by nothing short of tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does nothing short of tragic have us back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. A pimp host has to pimp show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.